If you're a retailer, you know the drill, and probably the headache that comes with trade-ins. A customer brings in a used item, and bam, suddenly your nice, clean inventory has this one-of-a-kind problem to deal with. Today, we're going to dig into a much smarter way to handle all of this, without totally cluttering up your system. So, does this whole scene feel a little too familiar? A customer trades in a used phone, you give them some store credit, and now you're stuck with this unique item. What do you even do with it? How do you track it without having to create a brand new product code just for this one phone? Yeah, it can get messy and really, really fast. So over on the left, you've got the old way, a new item code for every single thing that comes through the door. An iPhone 12, an iPhone 13, a Samsung Galaxy. It is an absolute recipe for a cluttered, chaotic inventory. And tracking, that becomes a total nightmare. But look at the right. That's the new way. What if you could use just one master code for an entire category? All of a sudden, your inventory is clean, it's simple, and every item's journey is super easy to follow. This new approach is all built on one core idea, the non-stock trade-in item, or NSTI for short. And it's exactly what it sounds like, having one single code to manage a whole category of unique items.
So, what exactly is an NSTI item? Well, think of it like a special bucket that lets you group all your used phones, for example, under one single master code. But here's the real magic. While they all share that one code, each individual phone gets tracked by its own unique serial number. So you get the awesome simplicity of one code, but with the power of tracking every single item.
And this is the part that you really want to let sink in. Imagine one single item code for every trade-in phone you ever accept. No more creating dozens or even hundreds of unique codes. Just one. This is a complete game changer for simplifying your inventory.
All right, so how does this actually work in the real world? Let's walk through an item's journey step by step, starting from that very first moment a customer brings it to your counter.
For your cashier, the whole process is incredibly simple. Right there in the point of sale system, they just hit the trade-in button. Pick that master code we just talked about, like trade-in phones, and then they just enter two key details, the price you're giving for the trade-in and the phone's unique serial number. They click add, and that is it. The item is officially in your inventory. Okay, the phone is in your system, but where does it, live digitally? How do you keep an eye on it? Let's take a look at how these items get tracked.
See, everything is managed in one central place, the NSTI applet. This is basically your digital shelf for all of these unique trade-in items.
So what happened behind the scenes is, the moment that phone was acquired, the system automatically created this new entry right here. You can see it's logged under our trade-in phones code. It has that specific serial number we typed in, the status is available, and crucially, the stock balance is now 1.
A really great way to picture this is that each row you see in the applet is kind of like a digital index card. It represents one single physical item, and it holds all the specific details for that one phone, keeping it totally separate from all the others, even though they share the same master code.
Okay, so we've got the item, we know where to find it. Now for the part we all care about, actually making a profit. Let's see how you sell that specific trade-in item and complete its journey with your business. Selling it is just as easy. The cashier searches for that same master code, trade-in phones, and right away the system will ask them to pick the specific serial number they're selling. They just pop in the selling price, add it to the bill, and finish the transaction. It's clean, it's fast, and it makes sure you're always selling the exact unit you think you are.
So, the item is sold, gone. But what about accountability? How can you look back and see the entire story of that one specific phone? This is where the true power of this whole system really shines. And the answer, of course, is back in our central hub, the NSTI applet. It doesn't just show you what you have in stock right now, it holds the complete history of every single trade-in item that has ever passed through your doors. And this right here just brilliantly illustrates the entire story. By looking up that unique serial number, we see two crystal clear entries. First, the acquisition. That's when it came into our stock at a cost of $150. And second, the disposal. That's when we sold it for $250. The entire financial journey from beginning to end is right there in plain sight. And of course, once that sale goes through, what happens to the stock balance for that serial number? It drops straight to 0. That's your confirmation. The item is no longer in your inventory. Its life cycle is officially complete. So, let's just step back for a second and look at the big picture here. why is this method so much better? What's the real payoff for your business? The benefits are just huge. I mean, first off, your inventory management gets radically simpler just by getting rid of all that item code clutter. Second, you now have a perfect, traceable audit trail for every single unique item. And maybe most importantly, you can instantly see the exact profit you made on each trade-in, from the moment it came in the door to the moment it left.
And that really brings us to a final, pretty powerful question. This method isn't just for phones. Think about it for your business. Used equipment, consignment goods, maybe refurbished electronics. What other complicated parts of your inventory could be simplified with this exact same approach? It's a really powerful way to bring clarity and profitability to all that unique stuff you sell.